The sad thing about us black folks, y'all, they got all them signs to say that we don't like y'all niggas. But the sad thing about us brothers of black folks, all we got is sign to say that we hate each other. BK and CK. Ain't that sad? Okay. Welcome to Tales from the Crypt. Understand me, prison stories. OG Percy, first prison stories, Tales from a Crypt, man. Right here, man, in the cell. As y'all can see, y'all in the real cell with OG Percy. I got shit tatted on the wall. We stars around here. Understand me? But now that you in the cell with me, shit, I'm gonna take you down through the cell, man. Welcome to the cell, man. Got a commissary over here. We spreading over here today. I might cook y'all something up in here today. I want to tell y'all something, man. When you get up in here, man, please wipe your feet off and rub before you come up in my cell. I don't like nasty cellies. I don't like nasty cellies. I hate a nasty celly. Don't come in here being nasty. You understand me? I don't like a celly. I don't like to flush my toilet right here. I got a nice clean toilet over here. You go flush the toilet, everything. You understand? You don't leave out the cell. You understand me? But anyway, on that note, Tales from a Crypt on prison stories right here, one-on-one. I'm hot, y'all. I've been working out. You can get to work out with me today. Understand me? I just got off that floor. I'm hit that floor every now and then. Get off that floor. I give me 100 every time I hit that floor in the cell. I hit that floor. I do me 100. I jump up. I hit me about 150 curls. The back door. You understand me? Old man got to stay in shape. Tell from a Crypt, man. I arrived on this unit called John R. Lindsy unit. I arrived on John R. Lindsy unit. I didn't know that my record followed my name. I'm going to call this one right here Blood In, Blood Out. I'm going to call the story right here Blood In, Blood Out. You know why I want to name it? Yeah, man. I'm just going to, pop a few tails. But anyway, Blood In, Blood Out. When I arrived in this unit, man, it seemed like my name and my number, it seemed like every time I go to prison or something, I got a jacket on my back. Somebody going to put a jacket on my back. It's a record that follow me everywhere I go. So, man, I ended up on this unit, man. I did my time. You understand me? As soon as I got there, they say, oh, Percy Demerson. Fall out. So I fell out. I went over there to go see what they wanted, man. And when I got there, I come to find out that I was a target. Right off the rip, I became a target. I became a target in the cell. I became a target on that unit. What made me a target? Because of my name and my reputation. My reputation followed me everywhere I went to. So I got off the bus. They called me in the back. They said, Percy Demerson, step to the back. I thought I was a lucky nigga. You understand me? For being one of the first niggas called off the bus. Come to find out, an envelope followed me. I'm a confirmed gang member. So I went in the back. I went off into the back and did my little old thing. You know what I'm saying? I come to find out, understand me, I was a target. The white man asked me, said, Mr. Demerson, he said, sure look like you going to be a problem over here on this unit. I said, no, sir, ain't going to be no problem, sir. Ain't going to be no problem, man. He said, what gonna make you think gonna be a problem? He said, well, your record said you're going to be a problem. You going to be a problem over here? And then he said the worst thing he could have said. He said, boy. I said, boy. Nah, ain't going to be no problem over here, sir. He said, boy. I said, okay, nah, ain't going to be no problem. He said, well, get on back in the line, because I just want you to know over here, we put the hands on you over here. I said, all right, then. All right, man, all right, whatever that's about. Come to find out I was on one of the racist units there was that you can come up with. A badass race. I'm 56 years old. I was on a badass racist unit, man. And on this unit right here, shit, the white men didn't play no games. They goddamn me, they gonna entertain you. So anyway, man, I fell on the block. To make a long story short, I fell on the block, got in the crowd. Come to find out, man, they put me on a racist unit and majority bloods. A whole bunch of bloods was over here. Now I'm a whole Crip. I got Crip shit tatted all on me, man. As you see, I got 5 deuce right here, 5 deuce come across my chest, 5 deuce on my back. I'm gang related. Ain't nothing to hide on me to say that I can't get confirmed. I'm gang related. You understand me? So on this note right here, shit. I go inside the penitentiary, man. I go in and I meet my partner named Lala. Lala called me. Lala said, look out, Percy. I said, what's up, man? He said, say, man, you just got here? I said, yeah. He said, I'm going to shoot you a care package over there. I said, that's what's up, cuz. Shoot me that care package. Neighborhood Crip gang, Bells Eye Terrorists, my Lala. I run into the first I run into over there. He shot me a curl package. When I got there, I went to Rick. He shot me some soups. And I go to Rick. And as soon as I go to Rick, I come back, all was gone. I said, where my shit go? These took niggas robbed. As soon as I got here, ran through my lock and took. Come find out wasn't nothing but a bunch of racist ass white boys. I said, man, y'all made up. Nigga, y'all nigga racist ass white boys came in my locker took. Nah. Now we ain't finna do that. So that me, I said, I'm gonna wait and play chess. Nigga, the first thing I know about that me. I know one thing. The only way to open one of these, you gotta make some noise. If you gonna open one of these soups, you gonna have to make some noise. And so my thing now is to play a little chess. I gotta play some chess. What I'm gonna play chess on? I gotta play the ear and eye game. I gotta listen for whoever gonna make some motherfucking noise. Cause in order to open them chips, you gonna have to make some noise. To open that noodles, you gonna have to make some noise. And I'll be in the middle of the night. What did I hear? What? Nigga, I know them niggas ain't rattling my soups. Got right there in my face. Yeah, somebody feed your shit. So nigga, I went and told this nigga from forward I didn't know. I just remember the nigga being on the bus with me. So while he was on the bus with me, I went up to him. I said, say, man, can you come watch my back? I'm gonna go down here and check these niggas. I think they went in my locker and stole my man. He said, all right, man, come on. So we go down there. I said, I don't want you to help me do nothing. Just make sure don't nobody try to jump in and jump on me. He said, all right, I got you. So we went down there and I confronted the white boy. I said, say, man, you know, that's my rabbit you eating right there. That's me right there. He said, what? He said, what, these soup? I said, yeah. That's me. Then he said, so I take off on him. Hat. I go to mop. I smoke his game. One of his partners said, hey, man, what are you doing? What you mean, what am I doing? I hat. I go to mopping his partner up. Then another white boy ran over and said, man, what's going on, man? Tell me what's going on. I say, man, your partners went there and stole. What's up? What you want to do? Yeah, I don't want to do nothing. I'm just, you already got him. You beat him. I beat him, nigga. I ain't got him like I want to get him, though. You understand me? But on that note, let's rock out. About an hour later, the white boys came in there with some mops and brooms and shit. I heard one of the white boys say, where is he at? I said, where's who at? Say the one that whooped. I said, that's me. I said, what's up? He said, man, what you got going on over? You over putting your hand on my brothers? I said, your brother stole something from me, nigga. He said, they stole something from you. I said, yeah. They stole my soups out my locker. He said, well, you know, we don't, as Aaron Brotherhood and Aaron Circle, we don't condone in no stealing. You know, we don't do that, brother. What they steal from you? So I told them what he stole from me, and they sent it back to me 10 times. They doubled me up. I said, oh, that's cool. I said, y'all some cool white boys. Y'all did that for me. And then I went to see what they did to the other white boys that didn't help me. They smoked their game. They beat them up. I said, I be damn. They done smoked the white boys' game. That could have been me. That could have been me. They was beating up like this. But they let me make it. I said, oof. But come to find out, I was on an all-racist white boy unit. And another thing, come to find out, these white boys was over there whooping out the niggas. All the black boys was getting beat up. I went and I seen more black boys with black eyes than anything. I said, man, this shit gotta be terrible. They can't be beating up on the black niggas like this. What the doing? Niggas sitting there getting beat up. I seen black boys running around with black eyes from the white boys. That's impossible. It's unheard of. That don't happen. It ain't a such thing as getting black eyes with the white boys. But shit, in this case, niggas was getting black with the white boys. Make a long story short, it was a lot of bloods on this unit too. I walked inside this motherfucker. I hate this old squeaky ass chair, man. It's pissing me off. Hold on. Still on sweet. But anyway, that's how it is in prison. You don't get no homemade, good old sit back chairs. You gotta sit on this bench inside the cell. And, that's what it do. It makes noise. But anyway, y'all, I went inside this motherfucking penitentiary cell. As soon as I walked in, I heard, "What's up, blood? What's up, blood? What's up, blood?" That's why this story is called Blood In, Blood Out. Well, they sent me to a block where all you heard was screaming, "Blood this, blood this." I went to 2 blocks. Matter of fact, they moved me out the first block I was in because it wasn't nothing but bloods. And then they sent me to another block where, it wasn't nothing but bloods, but it was just, it wasn't more bloods than it was on that block. I mean, y'all don't got to move me no motherfucking world. Bitch, I gangbang. You understand? I don't want nobody to look like I'm catching that. But one of the blood, one of my own partners. Well, somebody you knew from the street, just because when y'all on the upper side, being there playing favoritism when they get locked up. Because when they get locked up, they they're gonna ride with their gang and act like it's crab ass right there, man. Yeah, I know that nigga from the world. You sure do, bitch. You can't fuck with me in the world, you sure ain't gonna fuck with me in here. I was on 0 titles on John R. Lindsy unit. The unit I left 52-0 on. And everybody always want to know about that 52-0. How did he do? Well, you finna get a tell from a crip right here. When I walked on that unit, shit, what number bloods and white boys. I'm a whole gang banging active crip, nigga, active. Very well active on crip. Shit, I don't give a fuck about no blood slob ass nigga at that time. So when I talk in this conversation, y'all just gonna have to understand my mentality. This how I was at that time. So let's get into it. I walked on the block, heard a slob say, "What's up, blood? What's popping, blood?" And they talking to each other back and forth. I said, "Oh, no, this shit ain't gonna work right here." I said, "Where the crip at?" He said, "Man, ain't no crips in here." My nigga Antonio said, "Ain't no crips in here, man." I said, "Ain't, nigga." He said, "Man, but you gotta chill out from here." I said, "Man, ain't about no slob, nigga. Then nigga bust out and tell me, "Man, I'm a blood too." Nigga, when you become a blood? Nigga, I know you from the streets, nigga. You ain't never banged blood in the street. I ain't never heard you yell no blood in the street, homie. Oh, well, you a blood too, man. You ain't no blood, nigga. So that same when it told the laws on me, the laws moved me off the block that same day. Over to another block. When I walked over, it was just as worse. It was so worse, it was bad. Niggas just, when they know you a crip and you outnumbered, they gonna make sure they blood status is understood. That's cool. But they don't know I'm a crip all day long. Niggas know I'm a crip. And I'm very active. I'm dangerous. About no blood. I don't even like being in here with these. I don't even see how I'm in here with these niggas without killing one of these motherfuckers. I gotta stay in there. So I stayed to myself and I stayed silent. And then there was one blood. Shout out to Cabbage Blood. Shout out to G-Lo Blood. Shout out to Elmo Blood. Shout out to Evil Blood. Shout out to Big Truman Blood. Big Evil Blood. I'm talking about some bloods that was down there. Shout out to Big Goofy Blood. Yeah, that was down there. Terry Gray. Shout out to Blood Terry Gray. Yeah, I'm just naming some bloods that was down there. When I was down there. That's relevance to the city. You understand me? Yeah. I said Evil Blood and Big Evil Blood. Oh, let's get into it. When I got on the block, man, I was over there and one night, man, the blood, they were just real, disrespectful towards me, when it came down to respect. And I had to suck it up because of who I was, and, I was outnumbered. Well, that's cool. Y'all got me outnumbered on this one. But understand me, whenever one of you big ass niggas slip, I'm gonna pop one of you niggas. I'm just laying there to smoke me one of these slobs in this cell. Goddamn me. So they wouldn't never cross me in no way by myself. So one day I seen the white boys. The white boys and the bloods, they were the majority. They were playing dominoes at the table with the blood one day, and one of the blood that I thought was a stone blood nigga was G-Lo. Shout out to G-Lo. I mean, my bad. R.I.P. to G-Lo. G-Lo was one of my young niggas. He ended up being cool with me. But anyway, he wasn't cool with me at the time. Wasn't nothing but another slob slipping. Damn it. And G-Lo was over there talking more shit. G-Lo was a... See, G-Lo almost got me smoked in the world by Benny Blood. Little G-Lo told him in the hood, before we came to prison, to put the pop down on me. Yeah, put the pop down on that crab ass nigga. I never forget that, G-Lo. That's what he told him, the in the world to do to me, to put the pop down on that crab ass nigga. I never forget that coming out that mouth. He said, "Wait, hold on. Oh, you're finna put the pop down on these." niggas. I said, woo. That's the last time I ever seen that G-Lo. And the next time I seen him, we was in prison together. I couldn't quite put this together because in the world he had a lot of hair. Looked like hang all the way to his shoulder like he was some type of albino or some kind of mixed breed ass nigga or something. But the square business. He's a square business blood. But anyway, Cabbage was a square business blood nigga. Little Terry was a square business blood nigga. But anyway, you know, during the midst of all this right here, him and the white boy got into it. And they were playing dominoes. I heard him say, he called the white boy, old bitch ass white boy. White boy said, wait, hold on, nigga. Wait a minute, hold on, man. Skinny ass, little old fail ass white boy ran and put his tennis shoes on, came back and told G-Lo, get on up, come on. You gonna have to fight for that. You gonna have to fight for that. That shit you just said to me, you gonna have to fight for that. You call me a man, don't play that shit. Don't call me no. That's what the little white boy said. And then I seen something. That G-Lo tucked his tail. You know, I'm just a crip watching on the sideline. I ain't got nothing to do with nobody. I'm just a crip watching on the sideline. But I seen G-Lo tuck his tail. He tucked his tail, y'all. That white boy scared him. And I said, damn, nigga, get up and whoop the shit out that little white boy, man. Whoop that white boy, nigga. And he didn't even move. He told that white boy, he said, man, don't worry about it. I'm good, man. I was just, my bad, man. I ain't mean it like you took it, man. I was like, oh, man. These the blood that's always throwing up, nigga, and knock on balls. And knock on balls for that. These are sitting around, you know, trying to get at me and act like they tough towards me. And he just curling that white boy, so that's cool. Them blood niggas had a bad habit of locking bees in front of me. Well, after I seen that white boy handle him, these blood niggas better not say nothing else to me in this motherfucker. And I mean that. It was Friday night, y'all. That Friday night, I was sitting there, you know, y'all know how we do on freaking Friday in the sale, man. You know, everybody drinking they goddamn cold shots, man. Everybody getting their Kool-Aid, you know, mixed up with their pills, with their sleeping pills, and dropping them in coffee, having them pretties, drinking them pretties. Niggas sipping on pretties all day, man. I'm sitting on me a pretty, man. You understand me? What's a pretty? Y'all know what a pretty is later on. Somebody tell them what a pretty is, y'all. Let niggas know what sipping on pretties mean. I'm sipping on me some pretties. You understand me? Feeling lovely. It's Friday night. You understand me? And you know, the radio station come on. You know, we down here in Fort Worth, Dallas, so we get some good music at night. You know, catch the club. We at the club. We call it the club. We in the club listening to the DJ go off with the remixes. And then all of a sudden, while I'm standing there jamming, I seen the blood nigga say, yeah, blood, that's what's up, blood. And them niggas went to lock bees right there in front of me. And so I said, man, don't be doing that in front of me, cuz. That nigga said, what's up? And I take off on G-Lo. Bam, 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 bam. I smoked G-Lo game. Then his partner Terry Cabbage said, man, what you doing, man? What's going on, nigga? He said, man, I said, what you mean, what's going on? Beat. Take off on his partner. Then that's when the Terry came on. He said, say, man, what's happening, man? I said, you better tell your homeboys, don't be throwing up in front, man. He said, no, man, he was just saying, stop 6, man. Don't disrespect the 6. So he was throwing up a 6 like this. But to me, I'm fucked up. I don't know. All it looked like blood to me. So his partner said he was just throwing up the 6, and he threw it up like that. And I took flight on his partner. Bing, bing. Terry, I took flight 3 in one night. I fought 3 niggas in one night, 3 bloods in one night, nigga, in the tank by myself, solo dolo. Yeah. And then one yeah, man, you a crib? I'm a crib too. Well, you a crib too when you become a crib. You guys, now all you niggas want to say y'all some crib niggas. I thought I got down for mine. Nigga, y'all can't be crib niggas the way these niggas been in this motherfucker acting when I got over here, nigga. The blood niggas run this over here. Y'all can't be no crib niggas. Shit, you know what I'm saying, me? So, yeah. Make a long story short. The next day, man, I heard the nigga say, them niggas coming to get you. I said, niggas coming to get who? They talking about you, man. So, man, I looked off, I was laying in my bunk like this, had my head back in my bunk, sitting back relaxing. You know, just chilling like I always do, sit back and relaxing. Oh, boy, that old nigga look good. I'm in shape. Yeah, old shape, ain't he? Yeah. I'm sitting back in my bunk relaxing, you know what I'm saying, in the cell, you understand me? Then the nigga says, hey, man, them niggas coming through the door. So I raised up and I looked to see, man, who coming through the door? When they coming through the door, I seen a lot of blood piled up in the door, and they rushed up inside the house, nigga. I said, okay. I heard the nigga say, where you at? Where you at? The nigga said, right there. So I jumped off my bunk. Jumped off the rack, jumped down on the floor. I said, what's up, nigga? And guess who it was? It was you, little Jesse. Little Evil Blood. One of the top name blood in Fort Worth right now. Little Evil, not Big Evil. Not Baby Evil, but Little Evil. I said, what's up, nigga? He said, man, what's up, man? They talking about you goddamn me over there jumping on niggas down on blood, nigga. I said, what's up, nigga? He said, yeah, nigga. I said, yeah. I said, I'm gonna fight any nigga that disrespect me. He talking about, don't be throwing that up in front of me. I said, he didn't do nothing with that white boy. When he called that boy a white boy, and he didn't want to fight. Nigga, don't throw no up in front of me, nigga. Then Little Evil said, what white boy? I said, that white boy right there. Shit. They said, oh, he said, hold on. He went over and said, man, what you say to my partner? You said something to my partner? Then they took off on the white boy by like 5 bloods, jumped the white boy. Boom, they maxed the white boy out. They beat the out the white boy. I tell the white boy, I said, okay, y'all got that. They beat the out the white boy. The white boy was sitting there me study, we taking the punishment. I said, ooh, long as they didn't do that to me, they beat the brakes off the white boy. See, that could have easily been you fighting, Percy, but that's cool. But see, my thing was when they came over though, see, nigga, that's what they came to do. They came to get me. But they know one thing about Percy in the cell, nigga. When I'm in the cell, nigga, I'm always in the cell. I'm held in the cell. You gotta come on with it. You understand me? I don't play in the cell. I'm square business. See, I keep my burner with me. You understand me? I don't play all no shit shot. You understand? I pick my teeth with this hoe. And I blow holes in it with this. I walk up to it, get to putting that knife in it. I'm good with the burner. But anyway, when they popped up on the scene, they ran up in there and they whooped the white boy. So my thing was, what they did with that white boy, they was coming to do to you, Percy. They was coming to get you, Percy. Yeah, they sure was. I was kind of nervous, y'all. I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to pop the blood. I'm going to pop evil. So one day, y'all, they were bringing inside the food court. So I said, I'm going to pop Big Blood. I'm going to go and get him. Because he brought them over there to the block. And they came over there to pop me. But they didn't. But guess what? When I come to get him, I'm going to make him know. I'm going to pop that. So for some reason, I know the evil got a job. He take the work carts out. He take the food carts. He got a job working in the kitchen. He take the food carts down and run. So what I'm going to do, it's hard for me to get him because of the unit that we on. It's hard how this unit built. You just can't fall out of place and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get away with shit when you ain't, when you ain't on a certain block. But if you catch it out on that run, you can get him. So what I did, I said, I'm going to wait on this to push them cars up that thing. I'm going to catch that. And on his way back, I'm going to smoke that game. So first of all, I got to get me an idea how I'm going to get this. I'm going to get him. I know what. I'm going to wait for somebody to work in the kitchen to give me one of them hats. And one of my partners came. I said, say, man, let me take the cars back today. He said, you want to take the car back, Percy? I said, yeah, let me take it back. He said, I need your hat in your apron. So he gave me his hat, work hat, gave me his apron. I put the apron on. Shit. They don't know who worked for the kitchen. All they know is you got that apron, that work hat on, you work in the kitchen. So I pulled it off. I said, oh, yeah. There go evil right there. I just seen him take the carts up. So when he take the carts up, he got to come back down the run, from the carts. So I said, okay, yeah, I'm going to have to catch him. I'm going to have to catch him coming back. I'm going to have to catch him coming back. So, bam. As soon as I seen him take the carts, I rolled up on him. I got out the run. I came out with my cart. For some reason, a little evil, man, you tell your partner them all type of shit, nigga, but you can't lie. I ain't never lied on a gangster. I ain't never made myself look bigger than the next nigga. Little evil, you peeped me out. You seen me coming to get you. As soon as you see me coming to get you to cross that line, Tell them people what you did. That's one thing you don't want folk work to know. You understand me? You know, the truth. Because I told the truth one time. You try to have these little homeboys in the streets down here. You try to tell them niggas I was lying, nigga. Man, and try to have them little young niggas, you know, at my throat like I'm lying on they big homie. I ain't never lied on they big homie, nigga. I know Big Evil. I know Baby Evil and Big Evil. But I know I know Baby Evil, Big Evil, and Little Evil. Well, Little Evil is my nigga. Baby Evil, that's the mark. Oh, my bad. That's the scary. He the one called out. Because you know how I know? Because your brother, Baby Evil and Little Evil came to the same unit when I was over there. And when your brother came to the unit, ask your brother where you was at when he got there. That's all you gotta do. If niggas want to think I'm lying, ask your big brother, Baby Evil, where was Little Evil when he got on the unit? I can tell y'all, he was in lockup. He was in lockup. He caught out. But that's cool. We ain't gonna pressure you. We ain't gonna pressure you. Back to the mission at hand. That one war I had to go against. Now it's back to the white boys. Every day, I will fight me a white boy. How did I get 52? Because I found out the ABs, ACs, and Aryan Brotherhood didn't like me. They was Ku Klux Klan. You had Ku Klux Klan. You had white boys walking around with KKK on their chest, on their back, AC, AB, Woody Woodpeckers, lightning bolts, SWAT stickers, everything. Everything. The unit was full of them. The sad thing about us black folks, y'all, they got all them signs to say that we don't like y'all. But the sad thing about us brothers of black folks, all we got is sign to say that we hate each other. BK and CK. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? They got all the sign. All we got is BK and CK saying we don't like too. We might well join them because they signs say the same thing. Them SWAT stickers, lightning bolts and all that. That says we don't like you. Shit. And then what y'all got for the white boys? Oh. I'm let y'all soaking in for a minute. Nothing. All we got to say that we hate each other. I fought a white boy for Pops one day. One day a black man came out to the yard. He said, Percy. You know, and he seen that I was fighting the white boys. One thing about the white boys, I was taught this, white boys. I'm sorry. You know, in y'all years of being racist, I had a racism too in me that I didn't know. But you know, and it wasn't like y'all's. It was kind of like, you know, worse than y'all's. I was always taught a white boy couldn't whoop me. You know, that's just me. And in my lifetime, a white boy ain't never, ever whooped me. Shit. You know what? Because one thing I found out about fighting, you can whoop all the you want. You know what them niggas say? Shit, but you let that white boy whoop me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can do all the squabbling in the world. As soon as you let that white boy whoop you, you ain't no good no more. You trash. You ain't got yourself. I don't care how many blacks you done beat up. They gonna always bring up shit. That white boy got his ass. Yeah, he just whooped old Kobe. He just whooped the homie over there. But that white boy got him. That white boy got him. I ain't never let a white boy whoop me. But anyway, and on that note, I always thought I could whoop them. And on that note, I take off on them as soon as they stood up. Now, one thing about some white boys I found, they can squabble. All white boys ain't no hoes. Hell, I thought all the motherfuckers weak in the motherfucker shit. Until I ran into the white trash. Yep. I love me some white trash white boys. Why is that? Because a white trash white boy is just like a nigga. He just white. I don't think different about that white trash white boy. He just got different skin. He came up the same way. He going through the But I should dog they motherfucking asses out too. Bust them. But anyway, I was on the rec yard one time. This old man played me. He said, "Oh, Percy, I want you to come check this black boy. Man, this white boy been talking bad to me, Percy, man." I said, "What white boy, Pops?" He said, "Oh, white boy in Marcel." I said, he told me to shut up last night. I said, he said, "What?" He said, "Shut up." I said, "Oh, hell no, nigga." I said, what white boy, Pops? He said, white boy right there. I say, come here. I say, come here, white boy. I said, what you say to my pops? My pops said, my uncle, this my uncle right here. Said, yeah, he said, what'd you say to him last night? Man, I was just trying to tell them they was talking too loud because they calm it down over it. But no. I said, what you say to him? He said, man, I was just telling him to come out. Bitch. God damn it. Fuck around with you, nigga. Don't you ever say nothing to my motherfucking pops, nigga. Never say nothing to my uncle, nigga. As long as I'm in this bitch, nigga. Now one of you motherfuckers. I was up in here, y'all. I was up in here at these times. And so, on that note, time goes on. You know, a couple more fights I have down the line. I get me a fight every other day. Matter of fact, it got so bad, it was 3 white boys walking around the unit with black eyes at one time. 3 of them, and all of them came from me. Well, come to find out one thing about this unit, it's a very, very racist unit. So if it's a racist unit, they got racist officers. So the officers got tired of me whooping on the white boys. So the officers started, shoot they little. So they decided to set me up in the education building one time. And how I know it was a setup, because the education lady didn't say nothing when the play jumped off. She sat there and acted like she didn't have nothing to do with nothing. But I knew she had something to do with it when she could have easily, dumbed down. Now, the play was to get OG Percy in the education building and the white boys come in there and jump on me in the classroom. I said, y'all gotta be crazy. So I knew it was a setup, because when I went to my classroom one day, I was sitting in my assigned seat. One thing about the teacher, she gave everybody certain assigned seats to sit in. That's where you sit at every day. If you want to or not, you sit in your assigned seat. So I'm sitting in my assigned seat, goddamn it, and I never get, these 3 white boys that came in the room that ain't never been in there before. I think they was asking her where I was at, because I'm sitting there looking at the white boys, and she looked over there where I was at. And the white boys just said, hey, say, get out my seat. You sit in my seat. That's what the white boy told me. The white boy told me I was sitting in his seat. Nigga, I'm sitting in your seat. This is my assigned seat. Now that I know it's a setup, because that lady, that teacher at that time, she could have easily, y'all, told that man, no, that's Mr. Demerson assigned seat. I assigned him that seat. That would have just straightened everything up right there. I already knew that. If the lady tell him that's my assigned seat, that's my goddamn assigned seat. But y'all asked me, did she do that? Hell no. She let that white boy jump over that desk and tell me get out his seat. I said, if this your seat, come get me out of it. The white boy said, oh yeah, I will. I will. Come to find out, there was 2 more white boys in the classroom that ain't never been in the classroom. And then another white boy on side of me said, man, why don't you just get out of his seat? You talking to? I said, oh, you must be with him. I said, I peeped game. So the white boy, he was coming to get his assigned seat. I jumped up and I flipped the desk over. By the time he got to me, because you don't want to be still sitting in the seat when the white boy get there. You made a big mistake. He'll beat you up. You dumbass be sitting in the desk and he's still coming. So by the time he got close enough, I jumped out the desk and I flipped the desk over and asked him, what's up? I posted up with the white boy. And then the teacher went acting like she was scared. But one thing about the teacher, she still ain't yell for help, call the police, or try to dumb nothing. Oh, yes, a setup. So I walked out the teacher classroom and I seen the white boy. The other white boy said, say, man, what you doing? I said, man, come on, we ain't. Oh, y'all gonna jump? Y'all trying to jump a motherfucker? It's 2 or 3 of y'all? I walked out the teacher classroom. I went next door to the other teacher. I said, say, man, I told my crib homeboy, I said, you white boys trying to jump me. The white boy's trying to jump me. I started yelling and howl. Look out! The white boy trying to jump a crib. I started yelling in the hallway real loud. All the teachers, everybody started coming out. I went to the bathroom. White boy, come on the bathroom right quick. I go in the bathroom with the white boy. Just me and him, so one call no disturb. I said, what's up? He said, I was just trying to tell you to get out my seat, man. Just get out my seat, man. I ain't coming in this bathroom to talk to you. Bit. I started feeding the white boy. I bust the white boy down in the motherfucking bathroom. The white boy went into one of them old honky rages. Ah, motherfucker! I'm gonna get you, motherfucker! I said, let me get out of here. I got out the bathroom. The white boy came running out of nowhere. Nowhere with a motherfucking shank in his hand. Jake coming down the hall. Yeah, motherfucker, what's up now? I said, oh, hell no. You got a knife? Soon as I come outside the door room, it's about like 5 police on their way to the education building because the fight then broke out. God damn it, you know, ain't all this ain't going, ain't nobody calling. Somebody gonna call the law. So by the time I get out the door, they got the tear gas on me and everything. Said, Demerson, get down. Demerson, get down. Man, I'm not finna get down unless y'all make that white boy get down. That white boy got a knife. I ain't got nothing in my hand. White boy sitting there looking like Freddy Krueger. Jason. Nice and goddamn. They ain't told the white boy to get on the ground at all. But they want me to get on the ground. I'm not finna get on the ground with the white boy with the knife in his hand, man. And so, make a long story short, the captains and everybody came in that day. They said, man, Demerson, you know, we getting tired of you putting your hand on our kind. Oh, shit. What? I ain't touched no police. We ain't talking about no police. We said our kind. I guess when you're in the Aryan Brotherhood, every nation don't matter, you know, on the good side or the bad side, y'all. Okay, I understand. He said, now you gonna explain to me what happened before we throw you in solitary? You know, I'm scared of solitary. Solitary for what? I say, man, I was in the classroom sitting in my seat, ready for school to start, and the white boy told me to get out of the seat. I was sitting in the seat. He said, now, come on, Demerson. You think we're gonna sit there and believe some white boy came in and tried to make you get out your seat? Man, y'all go out, Mr. Demerson. He's just gonna come here and lie right off the top. I ain't lying to you. I said, the only way you can find out I'm telling the truth, go ask the teacher. So, you know, he said, yeah, stay right here. Leave Demerson right here on the wall till I get back. And he said, I'm going to even go down and ask the teacher what the fuck's going on. Come to find out, y'all sad to say the teacher didn't have nothing to do with it. She just didn't know what to do about it. The teacher told the principal the same thing that I told her. I said, God, that saved me from lockup. That saved me. But I knew the laws over there on that unit was crooked. They let me go back to the block. And then later on that block, me and my boy Coach, shout out to my coach. That's how you know things is real around here on this unit. Because don't nobody give a fuck about nobody, especially the white folks. The white lady said, you know, one day we was on the yard, you know. My boy Coach, he's a coach at the high school. He ended up in prison. Then prison don't discriminate if you're a coach or nothing. None of that. They don't discriminate. But anyway, Coach was on the yard with me that day, and they said, Coach said, you sure we fighting the shit out of these white boys? He said, but I got this white boy, he just came in with a big old thing of cigarettes. See, Coach always was real private, and he knew how to talk to the white guys. He was cool with the white boys. I wouldn't. But he said, man, this guy, man, he got a oatmeal can full of tobacco. I said, like the Quakers, old man? He said, yeah. Back then, you know, I smoked cigarettes back then. I was smoking cigarettes in penitentiary then. And I rob a nigga a cigarette like a habit to me, nigga. I got to have me a cigarette after every lunch, after every dinner. Shit, finna hit the thing, smoke a cigarette, and draw shit, nigga. Ain't nothing good like a cigarette after we finish eating chow. But anyway, he said, man, I'm trying to get some money together so I can get the cigarettes. I said, all right, Coach, we can do that. So I put some envelopes together, and somebody pitched in some envelopes. And so when we put all our money together, and the white boy just came from the federal penitentiary to a state jail facility for, I don't know what he got some state jail time for, but he just came from the feds. This motherfucker big as a motherfucker. He don't belong in this. That nigga big as hell. So my boy Coach went over there to go pay for the cigarettes. When he went to go pay for the cigarettes, the white boy told him, you know, see, one thing about the unit, the white boy didn't know what type of unit he fell on. Soon as the white boy fell on the unit, he fell over there with Coach, and him and Coach went to talking. Coach found out everything about him before the white boy could open his mouth to find out this is a racist unit. You know, we all stick together. White folks over here don't deal with white folks over here. That's just the business on this unit. That's the business. White with blacks and blacks with whites. That's just the business. You understand me? So on the business note, shit. Coach gathered all the money up. When Coach gathered the money up to go pay the white boy, the other white boys that got a hold to the white boy. And they told him that they don't sell cigarettes. So when Coach took the man by like $20, $30 worth of me on envelopes, The white boy told him, "No, we don't want." I said, "Okay, I'm not gonna sell no cigarettes." I said, "What? I ain't got cigarettes." White boy got all the cigarettes, and he said he ain't selling no cigarettes. So by this time, I get up in the white. He said, "Man, white boys." I said, "Well, he on some bullshit?" He said, "Yeah, he on that bullshit, man. White boys don't sell us nothing." I said, "Oh man, fuck this." So I go to the white boy. I said, "Say, man, sell us some squares, man. Sell us some cigarettes. Here with the money right here. I put the money down. The white boy picked the money up and gave it back to me. He said, "I ain't seeing it." I said, "Well, that's cool. You ain't gonna sell no cigarettes?" He said, "Nah." I said, "Well, do me a favor." I said, "Well, give a nigga a cigarette." Yeah. You want to sell none? Give a nigga a cigarette. I said, "I went from 0 to 100 real. Give me a cigarette." He said, "Oh, I'm not giving away nothing." Okay, by this time, the man said, "Count time!" It's count time, y'all. Goddamn count time. But you got saved by the white boy. But guess what? After they finish doing this count, do me a favor. Have them cigarettes ready when the count is over. And white boy said, like I said, I ain't selling no cigarettes and I ain't giving none away. Mind. Hold that thought. They did the count time, did all the count, counted all the bunks, and it was time for count to be over. Soon as count was over, I ran up on the white boy. I said, what a cigarettes is? He said, like I said, I wasn't selling none. I take off on the white boy. He tried to break one way, blocked him off one way, my other homeboys blocked him off the other way. I said, "Now, nigga, what them cigarettes is?" He said, "Here, man, here, you can have the whole can." He said, "What?" He said, "You got more than this." Then that's when I found out Coach was a scandalous ass motherfucker. Kel said, "No, man, he got a whole bunch of cigarettes. They're in his locker." He said, "Where that key at? Give me the key to your locker." He took the key off. He said, "Okay." Unlocked his locker. Oh, voila, magic. A whole oatmeal Quakers box full of tobacco filled to the top. Oh, I'm rich. I said, "Man, go put that in your locker, bro. I'll take the cigarettes." Steve. Now, my thing, I don't want to get caught with myself. Oh, but the white boys end up starting coming to me about it because come to find out I just robbed the plug. But make sure all the ass cigarettes. I got tired of watching pick up cigarette butts off the ground, smoke behind these white boys, and I'll tell you, nah, we ain't gonna keep doing that, man. We're gonna have to have our own. I became the man. Well, it don't last that long because that man told it on Coach. And I never forget, they came to lock Coach up, and that same white boy, this my right hand, they came to get Coach to take him to lock up. They put the handcuffs on Coach. He said, "Where I'm going?" He said, "The lieutenant want to talk to you." He said, "When you start putting handcuffs on a nigga for a lieutenant come talk to him, man?" And Coach ain't did nothing. He said, "Demerson, we don't want to talk to you. We want to talk to Coach." I said, "But he ain't did nothing. Why you putting handcuffs on him?" He said, "I'll be back to talk to you." I said, "All right." So they walked Coach out the door. For some reason, man, something just told me to watch these motherfuckers. How ass white boy, man. And so guess what? At the top of the unit, I seen one of the doors open, and the white boy that we took the cigarettes, he was coming out the top door. Right? He was coming down that hill. He come down the same bowling alley they was on. They was coming one way, and the white boy was coming the other way. You know, the white boy that went and told it, man. White boy that went and told it on Coach. But that ain't the reason I did that. Because when they was walking by each other, the officer that had came and got him, he stepped out the way. And when Coach had the handcuffs on, that white boy ran over to the Coach. Bang, 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 bang. And smoked Coach game with the handcuffs on him. Boy, it's a cold game. And I sit in the window like, no! I'm in the window watching all this happen. And I'm watching the white boy beat Coach down with the handcuffs behind his back while he on the ground. Then the laws make him get off of him and go on about his business. Fuck, they told him this is going to be the first tale from the crib off of John R. Lindsy. I got a long way to go with this, but I'm going to go far as I can. Anyway, that happened. I said, ooh, these white boys play dirty over here. And then one day I was inside the shower, man. I'm taking me a shower, and I kept noticing this white boy kept staring at me in the shower. So I tell the white boy, I say, man, get your motherfucking eyes off me while I'm in the shower. So the white boy cut his eyes back like, he ain't looking at me. Then I turned around, the white boy staring at me. I said, say, man, I just tell you, hold on. I was in the shower, I got out the shower, I walked over there, I still had soap all on me. I walked up to the white boy, smoked his game. Oh, I ain't got to lie about nothing. I tell my stories. Smoked his game while I still had soap and shit all on me. I walked right back in the shower, ass. I told you I didn't fuck niggas in this. Man, come on, man. Ass naked. Took off on the motherfucker. We got back in the shower and washed the soap off of me. Yeah, real talk. Yeah. And then about 10 minutes later, about 30 laws came running in that motherfucker. It said, Percy. Who is Percy Dempsey? That's me. He say, take off them britches. Oh, my pants? Oh, all right. Yeah. Took my pants down. He said, now take off that shirt. Oh, shit. Now what? He said, take off your boxers. For what? Oh, man. He said, now walk down there and touch that TV. So I walked to the other end, I touched the TV. I'm like, God damn, what's all this about? He said, yeah, because I'm staring at you. Now I want you to put your hands on me like you did the other white boy that was looking at in the shower. I said, no, that's all right. He said, yeah, now put your clothes back on. I said, ain't this okay then? Shit, put my clothes back on. Shit, I know that goddamn serious. I know that shit, man, handled out of me. I felt that goddamn little when he finished talking to me. But he had already done that. That's a done data. I said, all right. Then the white boy came back and got me, took me outside, ended up being one of the coolest white boys on my side. He said, Mr. Dimmers. I said, what's up, golf? He said, I'm glad you didn't make me look like no asshole in there when you did that. He said, from now on, since you respected me like that, I'm going to respect you from now on. And that white man stuck to my side. And then one day the white man came to me and said, Mr. Dimmers. I said, what's up? He said, I was told to come lock you up. For what? I'm sitting at the table chilling, lock me up. He said, they told me to come lock you up, Dimmers. Man, I ain't did nothing to be locked up. He said, well, they said you threatened one of the officers down here, and the officers wrote a case on you, and they said they got to lock you up. So they sent me to do it. I said, all right, man. So I'm finna go to solitary for something I don't know nothing about. He said, pretty much so. That's how it's looking. He said, but I'm going to look into the shit and I'm going to get you out. Man, motherfucker, how you going to look into something getting me out? You tripping. You haven't take me to lock up. I ain't did nothing to go no lock up, man. He said, well, I know you don't like lock up, Demerson, but just chill. So I go to lock up. Come and find out that Officer Brown lied on me and told people I said I was going to cut it from neck to neck. Number one, just when you come up with something on the inmate, they want you out the way, they can say anything they want to say. And that's what the man said I did. I said, okay, cool. I couldn't take lockup. I was back there going crazy in the motherfucker. As soon as I got back there, me and the blood got into a name, Michael Bird. Say, look out. They said, who's that new nigga they just put back here? He said, that's Pete, that's Percy, man. He said, oh, that's that old crab ass nigga that be whooping all those white boys out there. Did that nigga just call me a crab? He said, yeah, that's that old crab ass nigga that be beating up on them white boys down there, ain't it? I said, who's that talking to me? A crab? Oh, man, I'm back here in the side. I can't get at the nigga. He said, nigga, it's me, nigga, Mike. What's up, nigga? Dalworth, Texas. You from Dalworth? Yeah, I'm Dalworth, blood. That's all right, nigga. Talking that shit, nigga, I can't get at you nothing. One thing about that, one of the laws back there heard me and him getting into an argument. One of the laws heard us getting into it real tough back there. So one of the laws sit on the dude, he said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that this happens. So he told the other officers that came in on the next shift, you know, Percy and Mike been going back and forth all day. They've been getting into it like they want to touch each other asses up. And so one other law said, man, that Percy with Mike. Mike Creason said, the other law that locked me up said he with Mike. Then Golf said, shit, I bet he can. I bet he said, well, shit. I bet he can't. Creason said, boy, old Michael Bird, a terrible up back there. Then Golf was my man. Golf said, I don't think that's gonna happen. So make a long story short, man, let's run through it. That nigga Golf came to me later that evening while I was sitting there eating my tray inside. He opened up a little hole, said, Denver's. I said, what's up? He said, you want to get from back there? I said, hell yeah, I want to get from back here, nigga. I'm tired of being back here in this hole, nigga. He said, I'm going to see what I can see if I can get you from back there. I said, yeah, thank you, Golf, man. You going to work up for real. When? Next 13, 14 days? He said, no, I'm going to go to the captain after this and see if after lunch, I'm going to see if I can get you from back here. He said, but don't hold it against me. He said, just when the time comes, it's time to go. Just make sure you're ready to go. I said, hell yeah, I'm ready to go now. He said, well, I got to take you in front of committee first. Go in front of committee. If you don't break in front of committee, you know, like half of them do, I got you. I said, all right. About 30 minutes later, he came over. He said, Dempsey, you ready for committee? I said, yeah. I'm going to committee for real? He said, yeah. I said, damn, that was quick. He said, yeah, just go in there and don't fold on me. I went in there and, man, Dempsey. So one thing about FOD, they going to send you down here and see if you can make it down here. If you can't make it down here, you're going to be like Chuck. You're going to be like Chuck. You go down there and you being folded break, they going to break your ass off something. And half the scared to go in there. So when he asked me, Dempsey, you want to go to FOD? I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir, right there. He said, well, don't, just chill out. You know, I'm going to let you in there. You know what you got to do down there, right? I said, yeah. He said, what? 30 days? You know, just 30 days. He said, yeah, if you can make it 30 days, but if you up in there, your 30 days start all over. I said, if I up in there, my 30 days, he said, yeah, so when you up, you can be at 29 days. Up, you back to day one. Your 30 days start over in there. I said, damn. I said, all right. He said, you can handle? I said, yes, sir. So he said, ding, ding, you getting moved. Them. So they went to moving me, y'all. They took me back, and then I come to find out they took the Michael Bird dude to kick the classification too the same day to committee. And he qualified to go to the same block too. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. They say, Mike going to FOD. They said, Demerson, pack. I said, where I'm going? He said, you going to FOD too? I said, all right. God damn. I never forget my partner Blood. One of my cribs shot to my Hubbard Bubble crib back there. Bubble crib, yeah. I said, oh, look out, Peter. I said, what's up? He said, where you going? I said, I'm going